what is type 2 wallpaper? There's type 1, type 2, and long ago there was a type 3. Type 2 wall covering refers generally to the weight of the wall covering. Its characteristics between type 2 and type 1 are nominal, but with type 2, there's a huge price difference between type 2 and type 1. Generally, type 2 wall covering is anything 20 ounces or more. So, this wall covering, the instructions call for butting the seams up against each other. They suggest that you don't double cut them. One of the problems with this is that the edges of the wall covering, on type 2 wall covering, are very stubborn. Now, you should acclimate your wall covering, especially type 2, in the area that you're going to be installing it. And so it should be in the area in which it's installed for at least 72 hours prior to installation. The area that I'm currently in is air conditioned, but the directions call for the day before it's hung to leave it out in the sun because of this. And you can see an issue with the seam right now. I want to show you how I fix it. I don't suggest that you use fire for this, because although when you're looking straight on, using a torch is great, and I don't think it would do anything to this material, but on other commercial materials, if you look on the material from a closer angle with your head closer to the wall, you can see that it becomes shiny. I don't want that happening. And so I'll post a link at in the description of the video about the differences between type 1 and type 2. But generally, this will last for years with heavy duty traffic. Things brushing up against it, people, hands, everything. It's extremely durable and scrubbable. Let me show you how to get this to lay down. Just bring them in close and show them what's going on here. You can see that this issue and this issue is exactly the distance of the roll on which it came from. And so this is just the same issue going on here. And so obviously somebody stored the wall covering standing straight up. This is a commercial heat gun. It's not a hair blower. And you can see already from the first pass, the seam is 95% or better fixed. But it's not there yet. I don't want it getting too hot because I don't want to make it shine. So let's see. It's nice and soft. And there you have it. Completely fixed. Don't use fire. It's just too aggressive and it's not worth it because of what it may cause your wall covering. Let's do one more. If you can't touch it with the back of your hand, you made it too hot. That's all you want to do. It's only vinyl. If you heat it up, you make it soft. All you want to do is just make it bendable, that's all. One more down here. This is why you can't stand your vinyl up. The reason for this wrinkle is because the owner stood the wall covering straight up. top to bottom. It should have been laying down. And the insert cardboard in the center of the roll should go past the border of the wall covering. That's why we're having this problem. The reason why wall covering manufacturers don't put the cardboard insert in the center of the wall covering to extend beyond the 54-inch product is probably because it's not cost effective for them to do it. Now we're pushing our vinyl into a corner. Very important that you heat up the corner and use a thick smoother. If you use a thin one, especially with sharp corners, you'll go right through the vinyl once it's hot. What I'm doing here now is explaining not to ride your smoother up and down in the corner. Just push it in like that. If you slide it up and down, you'll make a burnish mark. So I was explaining in this part of the video, the machine is just too loud. If you remember when you used to iron your pants, your uniform pants or your polyester pants, you might get a burnish mark on your pants, it becomes shiny. The same thing will happen here if you slide that smoother too much in the corner or if you heat it up too much. There's a balance here. And so just like fabric can be burnished by an iron and become shiny, especially something like polyester, but also wool blends as well. You don't want that to happen to your wall covering. You want to just put enough so that the back of your hand, if it's just where you can tolerate it, the vinyl is well suited for that amount of heat. If you put the back of your hand against the vinyl and it burns your hand, you went too much with the heat. It's not necessary. All you're looking to do is make it soft. One of the tools that I used after this video is a seam roller, just to push the seams together while they're very warm. And it made it nice and flush with each other. And that's what I suggest you do as well with your seams, especially on type 2 wall covering. You can't see this, but I'm looking down and I see that the line is flush. This side and this side are perfectly flush, and that's what you have to do to check your seams. You get as close as you can and you look down, and you'll see if one of the sides is up. Okay, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.